Alright, I'm back. There we go. There we go indeed. Oh yeah, I was talking about that Age of Heroes, right? So that's a map that I used to play back in ages, and I still remember the enough that it was like save like for like old Duda. I think it was like from Kovac, right? Like mega kill, double kill, monster kill, or whatever. It was so funny. Yeah, that was used in so many freaking games. I remember in Counter Strike 1.6, no, probably not in Sword, but 1.6 as well. Yeah, this thing was used at least in like custom maps. I really like the zombie maps in the 1.6. Yeah, they were definitely much better than in Source. In Source, basically, it was like a bunch of people who like have like special privilege and whatnot, just camping somewhere up where you could reach without the privileges, you know, just shooting zombies, and the rest of you were like zombies and couldn't do anything to them, or just chase the people that were on the ground that you could actually reach. Oh, look at the deer, the regular ones. Yeah, the Source one was boring, and I never played like zombie mode in Global Offensive or Counter-Strike 2. I don't know why they already made Counter-Strike 2, but they did. I had never really touched it since they reanimated, but I haven't played Global Offensive for like, I don't know, like 5 years or even more. I don't know when I last played somewhere, probably during COVID and whatnot. Maybe I'll install it one day for nostalgia reasons and play it. But my favorite maps weren't actually the hostage maps, weren't actually the bomb maps, but the hostage maps. Right. It's like completely different than I wanted to. But yeah, I like the hostage maps to play as, of course, terrorists, because yeah, it always felt like the counter terrorists are the better ones, or they usually have like better plays and whatnot. But I wasn't a big fan of the skins in Global Offensive. I prefer the old ones. Yeah, always use the last one, the fourth one, whatever they call. The guy did had a like bandana like Rambo. How that is the skill in the old ones. Yeah, good old days. I think like around 2010 was when I played like the Source a lot, like a lot. One as well. Man. I mean, yeah, video games have been part of my life for many years. I mean, it's gonna be 25 years since I got my first computer, which is crazy. Yeah. My second computer I bought in 2003. And the first one was for the Christmas in 2000. The second one I bought in 2003. That one I had all the way up to my birthday in 2010. But of course there were some parts that were changed or added to it. I remember like adding like USB. USB was like new thing back in days. So I have to buy like this USB card. It was like basically like sound cards, but the USBs. Did they make any sense? I still remember adding it in the computer. What else? Oh yeah, in 2010 I got my new PC. I think it was the first one that I remember. My GPU, yeah, it was like 2-core processor, Intel, I don't know, Celeron like 4 or something, or Pentium 4, I don't remember if it was Celeron or Pentium back then. And the GPU was it was actually my second G4 GPU. The first one was like super old one, but it was like 9800 GT. That one was like pretty popular back then, and a lot of people had it. Even my friend, like, yeah, sure, I'll get that one. And I had like a whooping 768 megabytes of RAM on that PC. I remember that. Or wait, maybe I already had like 4 or 8 on that one. It was maybe the period one that had like 768 megabytes. Yeah, probably. I don't know that much. But anyway, that case, I had a computer case for a really long time. In the 2014, I did a major upgrade. Before that, of course, I have to change some parts like the PSU, the HDD, and the processor slash motherboard were changed. But in 2040, basically everything else was changed, including the GPU. The GPU was the famous one and probably the best card at the moment for, like, if you count like power slash price ratio. GTX 970. Yesterday I read some comments somewhere like they're saying like I have highest NBC, and there was like GTX 970. I was like, whoa, damn, this is old one. Oh, man. Yeah, I still have the computer by the way. And I was using this computer until like Christmas 2020. Only change I did after that to it was, oh yeah, basically first time did I put SSD as well. I was using HDDs, but I had like SSD for like only like for Windows. It was like the small one, like 120 megabyte one, I think. Yeah. Then in the 2020 for Christmas, I got my new PC. Well, at this point, it is old PC, or the PC I used before this one. But yeah, since like 2014, when I did the upgrade, I started to make videos that were like 1080p, 60 FPS, because it was good enough for that. And I basically got it because I could, so I wanted to play the Farming Simulator 15 max out. Yeah, it allowed me to play 15 max out, 17 max out, but 19 was problematic. Yeah. Then I got this computer in the like 2020. Oh, not this one, but the previous one. Yeah, that one had like 16 gigabytes of RAM. I think the previous one also had already like 16 gigabytes of RAM, right? Or was it 8? I think it was 16. And I had like a 1 terabyte HDD, and I think it was 500 of 100 gigabytes of SSD, which I mainly use again just for Windows and whatnot. And yeah, it was my first like gamer computer because it has RGB lights, you know, and whatnot. And this one as well. But the case wasn't that big, actually. It was more than my previous PC. This case that I have is really big. Maybe even bigger than, probably bigger than the one I had since 2010. Now, of course, the GPU in that, yeah, it was during COVID, so it was literally a problem to get 3000 GPUs back then. So I have to settle for RTX 2070 Super. Basically, similar thing happened when I got this PC for like 3 months ago. I'm not even unloading. Need to unload. Yeah, okay, buddy, I will let you work over here. Well, I guess I will work over here. I don't really have that much to do anyway. Whatever, I'll just let AI handle it. But yeah, anyway. This PC is also no longer being sold, by the way. I basically bought it last time, and they ran out of stock because basically G4 5000 graphic card will coming out soon. Which is kinda crazy. I will buy a new PC just before the new generation will come out. But yeah, I didn't really want it like the 13/14 generation of the Intel processor because I know they have overheating issues. So that is why I got the 12th generation of PC with the 12th generation. I was actually thinking about the AMD, but I'm not really familiar with AMDs. And when I saw this one, I was like, okay, I will get this one. Yeah, I have only one disk, 1 TB SSD. But yeah, 2 TB would be definitely much better. Because I have a few games installed and I'm already only have like half of the space left, so yeah. I mean, most of the game are really the big like, but yeah, Payday 2 that one have almost 500 gigabytes, which is crazy. And yeah, all the modern games have like are literally stupid crazy sizes. Which is quite annoying, to be honest. Come on, but you can do it. But yeah, basically I found out that all my issues that I used to have like in the Farming Simulator and whatnot were related to game being on HD. Especially this one. They literally said installed on SSD. Yeah, I was literally still in the old mindset. Games are supposed to be on HD. Yeah, freaking 2025, right? Nope. Sorry, broski. Always forget. Yeah, that really helps with the loading. The loading time are ridiculously much faster in games. But yeah, first time I noticed that when I had LSD on my not previous computer, but even the one that I had before that, which had SSD for like Windows. Yeah, it was the loading times were really fast for Windows already. Because they was like still old school, like you are supposed to have one disk for games and other for Windows, right? Which no longer implies. I guess I was still living 10 years ago in the past. But yeah, there was a thing that I didn't mention I wanted to. In 2016, it was like 2 years after the upgrade. For whatever reason, I decided to have like PC on top of my desk instead of at the bottom where I usually have it, you know. In my case, of course, jump on it and jump from it and basically somehow like push it down. Oh man. I thought that my PC was done for, but the only thing that was actually fried was the motherboard, surprisingly. But of course, with the motherboard fried, I had to get new CPU and whatnot. And man, it was painful. But oh well. Yeah, it was the time when I was like playing that Witch Skyrim LP. So I don't think I actually. I'll probably finish uploading it all because yeah, the discs were fine. Yeah. Excuse me. That's pretty loud. Don't have my hand on my mouth. Oops. Mm-hmm. Let's feed the dog. stairs. Like that over there. Oh yeah. Hello. Yeah, sir. This looks good. How do I? Oh yeah, this is walking, right? This is running. So just by walking we go faster than 10 kilometers per hour, which is interesting. Alright guys, see you next time, goodbye.